It is time. We are back in Atlanta, Georgia, and we are here once again at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. But we are not on the modern day configuration of this track. No. We are here at the original configuration of this historic venue. Ladies and gentlemen, one and all, I welcome you to Viagra Cup 9. So you were probably wondering to yourself, why are we already back here in Atlanta? Well, allow me to explain. This event was originally supposed to take place at the Paperclip, Martinsville Speedway. After doing a bunch of testing over the last several days and maybe weeks actually, it has come to my conclusion that there is just absolutely no good Martinsville track in NR 2003, which is a damn shame because Martinsville is one of the most iconic racing venues in the entire world. Sucks that the racing there is bad. Really wanted to race there. You guys probably wanted to see it as well, but it's either A, single file snooze fest, or B, a wreck fest. And I don't want to provide any of that for you guys here in the Viagra Cup because we provide the hardest racing in all of offline in our 2003. And oh boy, you guys and gals are going to witness it in full force once again here in Atlanta. So that is why we have pivoted from Martinsville. And when I made that decision, it honestly didn't take very long to decide to go to here because this track is pretty sensational. Obviously, you guys see the second event of the season and how that race ended up. Well, the OG configuration, we're going to be seeing the exact same firework. We probably won't see the same finish, but we're going to be seeing some damn intense racing, to say the very least. Also, since we have pivoted back here to Atlanta, we are actually here at the 1997 edition of this track. Now, for those of you that don't know, Atlanta underwent its first reconfiguration in 1997. So the spring race in 1997 was ran on this, the oval. This was the last event on the original configuration oval. That spring and summer, they spent the entirety of that time changing it into the D-shaped oval. And the season finale event, still back in 1997, was at Atlanta. So they ran the season finale on a completely different version of this track. And we're gonna channel a little bit of that 1997 magic here. Some of you guys, not all unfortunately, are going to be rocking some 1997 exclusive paint schemes for this one. So thank you, Martinsville, for being ass and welcoming in here the classic 1997 edition of Atlanta Motor Speedway. Point standings. Let's go ahead and talk about them here quickly. For the fourth consecutive event in a row, we have a new points leader, and it is none other than the Brit himself, the number 23 machine of Sean Galligan. Mr. Galligan, he has been Mr. Consistency thus far this season, because as you guys can see there in the very, very small text, Mr. Galligan has the best average finishing position of any driver in the series at just under 14 for his averaging finishing, 13.75 to be exact. The next highest is, you can see, Cole Daly, 15.25. So what Mr. Galligan is doing is extremely impressive, considering the fact that he has no wins to his name yet. His points gap between himself and Cole Daly, 14 points, which is a pretty sizable gap. That's 14 positions on the racetrack that Cole Daly is going to have to best Sean Galligan by if he wants to retake the points lead. Desiree was going on a little bit of a tailspin after her win earlier in the season at Homestead. But as y'all seen, her Viagra Dirt Bowl won. She took home the win, her second of the season, and she gained 10 positions, 13th to 3rd in the standings as a result. Now, once again, I will beat this with a dead horse over and over and over again. You must be inside the top 10 of the championship standings at the conclusion of Viagra Cup 25 to be a participant in the championship eliminator. And right now, it is Matt McIntyre, the number 0 machine, who led over half of the Dirt Bowl event before Desiree stole it away from him. He currently sits in the 10th spot. He gained 11 spots after Bristol is runner-up finish, and he also led the most laps, so he gained more bonus points there. So massive points day for him. The first driver on the outside looking in, Emmanuel Hartnett, and he is only 2 points back of Matt McIntyre and Jack Mitchell as well, because Mitchell and McIntyre are both tied technically for that 9th spot. So the numbers are starting to get pretty crunched, and every point from here on out is going to begin to get a lot more important as we continue on through the course and the remainder of this regular season. Now let's get to our front row starters for this event. Starting on the pole, in the number 12 Mobile 1 Dodge, very fitting that the number 12 machine in the 2003 paint scheme is on the pole. His first pole of the season, it is none other than Samit Ozkin, who had a really fast number 12 in qualifying, and to his outside will be Desiree's brother, number 38 machine of Daniel Foyles. Samit currently sits 32nd in the points, where Daniel sits 23rd. So, hey, maybe Daniel, if he can get a good run here today, he can make a big leap just like Matt McIntyre did at Bristol. Row number 2, a couple of Lowe's machines. Austin LaPlante will start in 3rd, and he is another driver that is on the bubble of making it into the championship eliminator. He is 12th in the points, just gained 4 positions after the Viagra Dirt Bowl. And to his outside, definitely the best qualifying effort of the season for this individual, driving the number 31 Lowe's Monte Carlo, the Mike Skinner paint scheme for RCR, is Dylan Ibrahimian. And Mr. Ibrahimian, he's 39th in points. So he needs everything to go his way and then some here today in Atlanta. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set for the return already back here to the Atlanta Motor Speedway, this time on the original configuration. Let's go ahead and let's meet the rest of your 42 car starting lineup for the final single digit event in Viagra Cup history. We begin the double digits next time out for Viagra Cup number 10. Here is the starting lineup. Alrighty, y'all, we are back. Stage is set. The cars are on the track for their only parade and pace lap around this, the OG, the original configuration of Atlanta Motor Speedway. And we're going to be going racing today for 50 laps around this 1.5 miles. Very fast oval. These drivers are going to be going into the corners at 200 miles an hour, and you're going to be seeing some intense racing, to say the least. We might not get the finish that we did earlier in the season on the modern day configuration of this track. Damn it, we're going to give it our best. We're going to try our best to do it here today. Here we go. The pace car peels off into pit road. Sam Oskin and Daniel Boyles will lead us to the beginning of the 9th event in the Viagra Cup. We are underway. And a great start for Sam Oskin. He leads going into turn 1 and 2 and down the backstretch for the first time. You will see here at this Atlanta track, it is the bottom groove that is the preferred groove, whereas we see in the modern day configuration, it was the middle and top. As Samet leads the first lap by about a car length over Daniel Boyles and Austin LaPlante. Ooh, just about made it 3 wide there. His teammate there in the number 5 machine. There you can see some of the 1997 schemes right here in front of your eyes. With Sky Commons in the 5, and there's Cody right behind him there trying to go back to back at this track. At the stripe, LaPlante leads barely over Samet. Ooh, they made contact there in turn 1. Samet gets out of the groove because of that. Yeah, I think turn 1's gonna be a trouble spot. At least the entrance of turn 1. You see in there, the contact was made. And yeah, you see here, the racing is as advertised. It is intense. Sky leads, but now not for long. Here comes that 29, the Scooby-Doo colors on Cody Lamas, trying to become a 3-time winner this season. And now the points leader to the inside. He's gonna have that preferred line going into turns 3 and 4. And Emmanuel Hartnett thinks about making it. Ooh, boy, wow. Man, Cody, he knows how to win close finishes. He leads that time by, and now it's 3 wide for the lead. It was there for a moment. Galligan still side by side here with Hartnett. He is trying to get that valuable bonus point, but he's not going to have the preferred line. It's going to be Hartnett here coming out of turns 3 and 4. And he is going to lead that time by. Now here comes Dylan Young. Kyle Matthews there, the 25. Fucking the Bud scheme. And then Carlos Zimmerman there in the number 21. As Galligan, he's going to slip back a little bit there. Our pole sitters slip back a ways as well. Samet, he has dropped now to 14th after the first 5 laps completed. As Dylan Young trying to continue the hot streak. 2nd at Texas, 3rd at Bristol. He will lead that time by, gains a valuable bonus point. Ooh, man, he was really close to that side of the 77 there in turn 1. Man, this is breathtaking. Absolutely amazing racing, but something's brewing. I can just feel it. We're about to hit the eye of the storm. I have a feeling here, moment in a few laps. As Kyle Matthews, he leads that time by. Zimmerman now to his inside. McLeod is going to make it 3 wide for the lead. What a move there by James McLeod. He's bringing Anthony McCrory there with him, and then the 97 machine, that's Jobin Anderson, the John Deere colors this time around. McLeod leads, but now here comes McCrory to his inside. Oh no, there they go in the back. Oh gosh, Seth Cole's around. There's Cole Daly, Trent Dunham, and others, and the track is blocked on the front stretch. Noah Hart, Collard, Hubert. There is the aforementioned Daly. Danny Wells involved in it as well. They're gonna race back to the line. There's Seth Cole. Well, I guess they took the caution. Wow. James Qualls, RJ Bishop continues to free fall. Let's see, there's Zach Buchanan. I initially saw Zach was the one that got turned around there at the exit of turn 4 is what caused that incident. all the way down the front stretch. There's James Qualls. Well, that beautiful paint scheme is damaged now here. That 24 car. There's Danny. And there is Cole Daly, Trent Dunham, Matt Hubert. All collected in. And then Ibrahimian, his poor season continues as well. Smoke is pouring out of that Lowe's 31. He is done for the day. And man, RJ Bishop. Well, unfortunately, he will not replicate the finish he had at Atlanta earlier in the season. He's already out as we've completed only 9 laps here in this one. And oh, Nathan Hudson and Noah Hart. Oh, Noah. Oh, gosh. Oh, they can't even make it on pit road correctly. Wow. There it is, y'all. First yellow of the day. I was telling you, the storm was coming. It was brewing. And lightning and thunder and hail and rain all came at once. Let's go ahead. Let's check out the replay. See what put us under the first yellow of the day. Alrighty, everyone. Here is what happened. Put us under the yellow for the first time today. And if you can believe it or not, it actually was not this almost 4 wide interaction, which, as we've seen so many times, 4 wide has ended in detriment this season. It actually happened right behind them with the aforementioned R.J. Bishop. You can see here, he gets into the 31 of Ibrahimian, up into the wall, and there's nowhere for Seth Cole or Zach Buchanan to go. And look at the hit that Seth takes into the outside wall on its side. Very fortunate to not do any sort of barrel roll action. Excuse me. But man, this was a hard impact on that outside wall. Luckily there, Danny was kind of used as a backboard, and he kind of hangs on to the deck lid of that 9 car. And look at Desiree Boyle skate through that unscathed. Wow. Oh, and then look at there, you can see everyone else piles in. They just have nowhere to go. This track is not super wide down the front stretch and back stretch. I mean, it's super wide down the back stretch, but there you can see, yeah, it's not very wide in the front. Very, very narrow front stretch here at this Atlanta track. And oh man, there's Trent. Trent took a huge hit there. Sadler. Danny, once again, hits the outside wall a ton. There's Hubert. Tompkins. Noah Hart. Ibrahimian. Collard. Everyone else here getting all blocked up. There's James Qualls. A ton of damage on his 24 car as well. There's RJ with the smoke pouring out of the car. Man, oh man, he has had a miserable last few races. Had a miserable Bristol finish, or he was going into Bristol 7th points. Now he's 14th, and he's about to keep on free falling after this one. There's Zach Buchanan, massive damage on his number 49 machine. And man, oh man, about a third of the field with a heavy damage. And there's once again Cole Daly in the 1. Has a bunch of right side damage, it looks like, on that R&L Carriers machine. There's Trent as well, Eric Sadler, Matt Hubert, and Collard. And there's Ibrahimian with smoke coming out of his car, starting 4th. And there is Seth. Hopefully he is okay after that hard impact. That is what put us under the caution for the first time. Let's go ahead, check out a couple of onboard replays of this incident. Alrighty, first onboard perspective we will take a look at here is going to be from the number 40 machine of R.J. Bishop. He will not have the success that he had the first race that we had at Atlanta for Viagra Cup number 2 here today. His day is done. So he had a great draft, came up there on the 31, just got into him. And that impact was enough for the motor to implode. Next onboard replay will be here with the number 31 machine of Dylan Ibrahimian. Started 4th. Is already out for the first 9 laps in this one. You can see that 40 car comes in really fast and just absolutely nowhere for him to go, and nowhere for Buchanan, and then everyone else just piles in as a result. Next on board here is going to be a wild one. It is going to be with the 45 machine of Seth Cole. coming in 13th in the standings after Bristol. And he's gonna fall back after this one. Hard impact to the outside wall. I really hope he's all right. His car comes to a halt just like that, and his day is done. The last onboard we'll take a look here is going to be from the rear view camera of the number 9 machine, our Texas winner, Danny Wells. Watch here momentarily, Seth Cole all over that back bumper. Look at that. Hello, Seth. Wow. Saw a lot of them there. Whole back end, or the underneath that 45 car. Welcome back, y'all, and surprisingly, shockingly, to myself and all of you, only 4 drivers are out after that first big incident of the day. Man, oh man, RJ Bishop's bad fortunes continue. Another dead last finish here today. Seth Cole is also out, followed by Ibrahimian and then Noah Hart. Once again, is riding the biggest roller coaster of any driver this season. He will finish 39th here in this one. To get the green flag on lap 13, it is James McLeod has the lead, followed by Anthony McCrory. Carlos Zimmerman and Jovan Anderson will line up in the second row, followed by Sean Galligan. There, our points leader is 5th. Steven Gonzalez in 6th. Sky Commons and Kyle Matthews, we row 4, and then Fiegel and Dylan Young. Here's your top 10. I'm gonna get the green flag this time. Bye. Things gonna be shaken up even more after this one. We'll see how the rest of this event fares as the outside line, well, gets off to yet another phenomenal restart. Anthony McCrory will clear McLeod for the lead. The inside line all season has done just that. Piss poor restarts. And yeah, we're gonna be having some slow traffic as well. You can see Collard and Wells are off the pace. Looks like the 74 and the 49 are somehow keeping, oh, they're not really keeping pace, never mind. Oh, there's about 8 cars off the pace. That will probably be a factor at some point because we're only on lap 14 to 50. So, yay, lap traffic again, love to see it. And speaking of loving to see it, Sean Galligan fought for the lead earlier, didn't get it, but now he's trying to get it here finally in turns 3 and 4. Ooh, it's gonna be close here at the stripe. McLeod and Galligan. Galligan got it that time. He finally leads a lap and gains that bonus point, which is definitely going to help him out because Cole Daly, yep, he's one of the slow cars in that number 1 machine. That is very, very tough. So Galligan, prime opportunity to increase the points lead even further here today as Carlos Zimmerman will now take the lead here. He has had a quiet season, but he is 8th in the points coming into this one. And once again, he has a prime opportunity to gain a ton of spots here today. There's Fiegel, the Phoenix winner. He's trying to win his 2nd event of the season. And did I just see someone go off the track? Nope, I did not. I'm just seeing things. Okay, we're good still. I thought I saw someone take a hard left, and oh, that was a dead even close ride there at the start. Oh God, Fiegel rode up into the 21 there. That was close. Now the 2 Roush cars are side by side, Fiegel and Bobby Rodriguez. That's Michael Norman there, the Circuit City number 8. Bring in Matt McIntyre with, oh God, there they go. They went 4 wide. Damn it, guys. McLeod rim running the wall. Literally, Emmanuel Hartnett's going for a tumble. Oh my goodness. Good God. Hiccup. I saw Samet. He was in the centerpiece of it. There's Mitchell. Man, oh man. McCrory got involved. There's McLeod just leading on the restart, and just like that, in a blink of an eye, he's done. Wow. Joven as well. There's Buchanan. I think he's officially done. Steven Gonzalez chalked. Trent Dunham now with heavy, heavy damage. Wow. We saw him go 4 wide, and we've seen all season long what happens when they go 4 wide, and they have not learned their lesson at all, unfortunately. Man, oh man. Look at this. This is so many drivers once again taken out after that incident. Tough right there. Jack Mitchell, once again, he is 9th in the standings. That is not going to help him. And there we see Emmanuel. Man, he took a wild ride. Him and McLeod both took wild rides on that incident. Let's go ahead, check out and see what happened. Put us under the second yellow of the day. Well, we've seen this happen so much this season. 4 wide equals wreck every single time. And it happens here just outside the top 10 roughly. Yeah, this is the battle for about 10th or so. James McLeod was 4 wide there. There's just nothing they can do. There's Samet. He squeezes up into Jovan, into Anthony, and into James. And then this along for the ride goes to 19. And that is the definition of rim riding the wall at its finest. And then up ahead there, the melee continues. As we see here, we're going to watch the 77 car gets hit there by Daniel, and then Jack Mitchell is the one that sends him up in the air, and then he starts to tumble on the wall itself. Man, he was very fortunate that he actually did not go over the pit wall and potentially could have harmed pit crew members on pit road, because that would have been devastating. And luckily, but also very unluckily, the car stays on the racing surface. Hopefully that he is okay. Let's rewind it back here a little bit and see, because we saw what happened to McLeod. We'll see what happened to the rest of the field here to see why they wrecked. Man, they were so close to just having those 4 be the ones involved, but let's see. Take a look here at Daniel. Oh no, Cody Lamas got turned around, I think. Let's see here. Oh, he was trying to avoid it, went down on the apron, and then went back up into Sky Commons, and then it was just a chain reaction. Look at that. It happened with Tim Walsh, the 15. It happened with Desiree in the 88. They all just went up the track like all at once. It was all synchronized. What the heck? That was wild. And that is what sent Daniel around, and that's what caused this near the back of the field. Wow, and then, was the 10 car upside down? Oh God, Steven Gonzalez. Oh, there's McLeod still tumbling. Oh, the 10 car was upside down too. Well, good God almighty. Oh, wow. Well, let's see this. Oh, Steven, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, okay, well, yeah, it's Tim. Tim hit him. Around he goes. Hard to the wall, and then let's see who's the one that hits him. Is it Hiccup? It is. Oh, Hiccup creams him. Pause. Wow, didn't see this. And he goes over a couple of times. And oh God, okay, the 19 car just kept on keeping on here. Let's see what happened. Oh, looks like, they were slowing up, and then the lap cars hit him. Oh God, Trent Dunham smashed him. Buchanan smashes him there. Good God almighty and Lord baby Jesus. 3 violent incidents. This whole incident was violent. Just 3 bang, 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 all happening at once. There's Hiccup, sorry man, Jovan. There's McLeod, McCrory, Cole Daly, I think, yeah, he might have gotten involved in this. Wow. Wow, 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 to say the least. Man, these are going to be some wild onboard replays. Let's take a look at some. The first onboard replay of this incident will be here with the number 19 machine just leading right before this. And now his day comes to a violent end. James McLeod in the 19. Out of nowhere. Literally rim rides the wall, and then here comes Hiccup right there. Or that might have been Trent. And up and over he goes on all 4s. Next on board here, Steven Gonzalez in the number 10. Like he could have had a chance to avoid it, but then there's Tim Walsh, comes right up into him. And there's Hiccup. Hits him and up he goes. Luckily only once and back on all fours. But no, he did get hit there by Jobin Anderson in the 97 as well. And now the final onboard replay here will be with the number 77 of Emmanuel Hartnett. And this is going to be a huge loss for him. Once again, he came into this event 11th in points. The first driver on the outside looking in of the championship eliminator. And he's going to fall a few spots after this violent incident. See, he might have had a chance to avoid it, and it looks like he did, but then there's Daniel getting spun up into the wall, and over he goes 2 or 3 or 4 times. Once again, thankfully keeps it on the racing surface to not go into pit road. That would have been very, very scary. Welcome back. And after the first incident, we only had 4 drivers out, but we got a lot more out now. The list reads like this. The drivers who are now out after that incident is Zach Buchanan, Trent Dunham, Steve Gonzalez, James McLeod, Cole Daly, second in the points. Tough break for him. 34th is where he will finish. James McLeod, Anthony McCrory, Jovan Anderson, Emmanuel Hartnett, Hiccup Bush, and Nathan Hudson. There's a few drivers here at the end. Hubert with no hood alongside Jack Mitchell, and then there is Samet with a bunch of damage. He's at the tail end of the longest line. Well, damn near half the field's out already. We're not even to the halfway point of this event. We shall see. We shall keep our fingers crossed that we can get a long green flag run here, hopefully to the finish without any more drivers getting in violent incidents. This is the 2 Roush Fords. It is Bobby Rodriguez and Tim Fiegel. And those throwback paint schemes, they will lead us back here to the green flag, and a better start this time for the inside of Rodriguez. As he's gonna go, oh God, look at Matt McIntyre dive bombing into turn 1 and 2 here, making it 3 wide. What a move. He's gonna go for 3 spots on this pass. He got the 2 for 1, now he wants the 3 for 1. Holy crap. Oh my God, he wants to go for the lead now too. Holy crap, Matt McIntyre. Take a chill pill, brother. Wow, what a lap by that Net Zero Pontiac. And now he's in the lead. He went from 5th and now he's the leader in about a lap. Oh man. Come on guys, there's not very many of us left here. Can we chill it out just a little bit? And Galligan, he's probably biting his nails right now because he is in a very precarious position. As Poteet leads that lap, and hey, Dylan, he is the driver that needs the most of any to go his way here in the entire series because he is the caboose in the point standings. He's dead last. He is the power bottom per se. As now, Levi McIntyre, he's had a struggling last few races. He is now going to go to the point here in that X-Side Batteries Ford. And there he is. And there she is. Cody and Desiree are here at the front. Battling inside the top 5 are both that 29 and the 88. Now Cody to the inside here of the 99 for the lead. The 88 right behind him. The only 2-time winners of the season are right here at the front as we're now halfway. Cody leads that time by. And Gallagher is still in the middle there. He is still in a very precarious position here at the front. This racing is bananas as Kyle Matthews now goes to the inside. Zimmerman's behind him and Austin LaPlante there, the 48. I see Charles Sanford there, the number 30 machine here coming towards the front. Marissa Samethi to that 7. She's in the QVC number 7. And she started dead last, and here she is at the front. She's avoided all the carnage so far. And look at this. They're 3 by 3, all the way back to damn near 10th or 12th. This is spectacular, but this is also very, very nerve-wracking to say the least. Austin LaPlante leads. This will be a huge point save for him if he can hang on here, considering that he is 12th in the points and Emmanuel Hartnett is out of the race. Let's see, check up on these slow cars. Here's Danny Wells, Collard, Salmon Oskin. I have a feeling they will be a factor at some point. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Speaking of Marissa, from 42nd to 1st, she leads the race. Is now the 6 and the 7 are 1-2 here at Atlanta, and then there's the 5 of Sky Commons. He is trying to join Cody and Desiree in the 2-win club this season. And now here's Allie Rain in the number 09 machine. She could definitely use oh boy, that was close there. That 09 car could definitely use a good run here today after she had a miserable outing in Bristol, finishing dead last. She fell 13 spots more than anyone after that event. Now she wants a piece of this lead here. Goes to the inside there, the preferred line. Oh, Matt McIntyre and Desiree are touching there. Can they please keep it going? They do. Wow, I think Michael Norman backed off there. He saw the contact there between the 0 and the 88. Man, these two were in a heated battle at Bristol. Now they're here in a heated battle in Atlanta. Of course, Matt McIntyre dominated at Bristol before Desiree took the win away. And they damn near wrecked each other there in turn 1 and 2. Bobby Rodriguez leads now, this time by. Here comes his teammate, and there is Mr. Tim Walsh. He is also trying to join the 2-win club as well after winning at Auto Club earlier this season, the craziest race I've ever seen, or at least the finish. Now he's pushing that 99. He's got help from Poteet. Kyle Matthews there coming back to the front. A lot of these drivers are just going back and then coming back to the front. Let's see. Danny's on the backstretch heading into turn 3. You know what? I don't want to jinx it, but they might actually not be a factor in this because they're about to enter the front stretch and the leaders are on the backstretch. This time by, we're going to be on lap 34, so it's going to be close. But I'm going to knock on wood and say that these guys are going to be all right. And now Poteet leads this time by, but he's got Kyle Matthews knocking on the door with Michael Norman in the 8 behind him. And here comes Desiree, who just avoided a huge scare a moment ago. And she's already back to 4th spot. As Matt McIntyre is falling all the way back at the end of this lead group, which is about 18 or 19 cars deep. As now, Norman and Matthews, rocking 2 different schemes what they normally rock, are side by side there. Matthews led that time by, but Norman is going to take the lead in turn 1 and 2. And here comes Desiree once again. I don't think she's led today, so she could definitely use that bonus point. There you can see the 4th car on the inside, Mr. Galligan. He's coming back up to the front there in the 23. Comes Charles Sanford. He's had a quiet run so far today, but he's up here challenging for the lead with 15 to go now here in Atlanta Classic. Ooh, Michael Norman got way up out of the groove there. Oh, wow, that was close. Nearly contact between the 8 and the 25. They actually might have made some small contact. Luckily, they keep it going. That would have been detrimental. As Sanford leads that time by. Austin LaPlante goes to the inside of Desiree. Desiree's now going to fall back. She's all the way up in the high groove, up on the marbles of the track where there's just not much grip. Michael Norman's falling back there as well. Now Austin LaPlante trying to capitalize on the misfortunes of Emmanuel Hartnett and get himself inside the top 10. But this man right here is trying to get himself his first Viagra Cup win. Can he do it? He's been so good, so consistent this entire season so far. And here he is at the front. There's the 2-time winner, the number 29 machine, trying to go back-to-back at Atlanta. Sky Commons here. Oh no! I saw Desiree go around to the back, and there she goes along with Marissa. The two ladies involved here. Is that gonna bring a caution out though? It is. Caution is out. Wow, we saw Desiree earlier was on pins and needles, and there is the damage to the right side of the car, and I think it might have just been her and Marissa. Cat fight? Potentially? Oh man. That's unfortunate for Desiree and her hopes of winning 3. I mean, she doesn't have that much damage, right? No, wait, never mind. I lied to you. That's a lot of damage. That's definitely gonna affect the car. And of course, there you can see the 7 car, a ton of damage on her machine as well. Well, we went on a long green flag run. Hats off to these guys. But now we're under caution for the 3rd time today. Let's go ahead and check out the replay. Alrighty, here is a look at the replay, and there you can see the left rear quarter panel of the 88 on the right front fender of that 22 machine of Dylan Poteet. They come down the backstretch into turn 3 and just spins her out. Collects Marissa as well. And the 88 tried to save it. The 7 did as well. And they both just could not save it. The 88 was so close to saving it. Let's rewind it back here. Let's see. Did she get assistance? No, I don't think she will. Yeah, she did. There, yep. Just up into the wall. Looks like she might have had it saved. Nope. Into the wall. And then there goes Marissa as well. Off of the 25. Kyle Matthews. Damn. Guess she has a target on her back now that she's a 2-time winner here. And yeah, that was just really tight racing there. We saw Desiree get into it there with Matt McIntyre earlier. And well, Poteet sends her to the wall, sends the 7 to the wall as well with heavy damage on both of their cars. Well, we won't take a look at any onboard. Let's get this straight back in to the live action here. Hopefully for the final time. Let's get a good clean run to the finish. We're back. Lights on the pace car out. Signaling the 1 to go. With the green flag on lap 43. And here he is, folks. Cody Lamas going for win number 3. Going for back-to-back wins in the ATL. Well, he is the sitting duck out front. With 8 to go. Number 5 machine is Sky Commons. He wants to join Cody in the 2-win club. He's 2nd. Galligan, 3rd. Carlos Zimmerman is 4th. Austin LaPlante, 5th. Matt McIntyre. Will we see him do some batshit crazy stuff again? We'll have to wait and find out. Charles Sanford, Dylan Poteet might have a target on his back now after that incident. Then Kyle Matthews and Michael Norman complete top 10. This is going to be good, to say the least. Well, buckle up. The last 8 laps of this one are going to be wild. The pace car is in. Double file. Down to the stripe. Cody Lamas, Sky Commons. We're back underway. A terrible restart for Cody. As the outside line prevails again. But maybe he's setting himself up for something here. We'll have to wait and see. This could be strategic. Sky Commons with the lead, but not for long. The field is hawking him down. Now here comes Galligan. Puts the nose underneath the 29. He goes to 2nd. He's got to have that 48 car helping him for the time being. We'll see if that alliance goes away momentarily, and there it is. It just goes away in an instant. There goes LaPlante to the inside of Galligan for 2nd. From Sanford, Kyle Matthews there, your top 5. All behind Sky Commons here in the 5. Now it's 2 Hendrick Chevys out front. I'm gonna get 6 laps to go. Commons leads. But LaPlante is there, and now Charles Sanford is there in the number 30 machine. Bringing Matthews with them. Fiegel and Ali Rain there on the bottom. Got to pay attention. And there's Tim Walsh as well in the 15. Sanford now sticks his nose to the inside of Scott Commons for the lead in 3 and 4. And he's got it. His teammate Austin LaPlante's a couple of car lengths by. He's going to fall back. Sanford leads with 5 to go. But now here comes the other Hendrick car. The 25 of Kyle Matthews at the point. Tim Fiegel there, biding his time. So is Ali Rain, so is Tim Walsh. There goes Sanford, he's gonna fall back a little bit there. Matthews and Fiegel, now they are gonna go side by side. Matthews will lead that time by, but here comes Fiegel, Ali Rain here in 3rd. Now Matthews gets shuffled back. There's Walsh, the 15. There's Bobby Rodriguez, and then his teammate, the 99 of Levi McIntyre, and then Matt McIntyre in the 0 as well. There goes Ali to the inside. Wow, this is just a parade of drivers going from the front, and they immediately go to the high line. Ali leads that time by. 3 laps to go. Here comes Walsh to the inside. But did he make the move too early? We'll have to wait and see. They're side by side down the backstretch. He's gonna clear for the lead. Is the 15, but now here comes the 2 Roush Fords behind him. And they're gonna put the nose underneath them. To the inside goes Bobby Rodriguez. 2 to go this time by. Walsh might have lost it right there. He's gonna lose the lead here in 1 and 2. Rodriguez to the lead. Now here comes his teammate to the inside with a lap and a half to go. Rodriguez and McIntyre. And here's the other McIntyre of Matt McIntyre. Moving his way in a second. Out of turn 4. White flag is in the air this time for Levi McIntyre, the 99. Will Matt McIntyre make his move? Ooh, Levi's gonna shut the door. He leaves it open though. Down the backstretch for the final time. Levi leaves the door open for the 0. 3 and 4 for the final time. He got the win stolen away from him at Bristol, and he's gonna steal it here in Atlanta. Matt McIntyre wins it. He made a daring move on the restart after the 3rd caution, and he perfectly times his move here for the win. What a drive, what a performance by this 0 team. He was the bridesmaid in Bristol, and he one-ups himself here at Atlanta in an intense finish. Once again, we could not replicate the finish we had earlier, but we got close to it. 44 1/1000ths of a second. Back to Levi McIntyre. The McIntyre and McIntyre show. Finish 1-2 here today. And those two, by the way, started 40th and 41st in the starting lineup. Well, how about that? What a finish. We saw so many drivers take the lead in this instant lead, say, yep, I'm giving it up, because they were trying to time their move at the right time. But unfortunately, only one driver was able to do that, and that was Matt McIntyre. What a performance. And that is going to vault him further up in the top 10 in standings as well. Once again, he is 10th. Well, he'll be a little bit further ahead now. I'm guessing he'll probably be maybe top 3 or 4 after the conclusion and getting his first Viagra Cup W. Levi, so close there at the end. He will come home in second. That is a much needed performance for that number 99 machine. He is going to have a good point today as well. He came into this event 16th. A big day for him. Michael Norman finishes in the 3rd spot. Bobby Rodriguez 4th. Dylan, a top 5 finish. The first one in a hot minute, the second top 5 of the season for Mr. Poteet. Congrats, man. Cody, so close, but so far away. And yes, he was the sitting duck there at the end on that restart. Led, got off to a horrible restart, fell back, but climbed his way back up to the 6th position. Tim Walsh finishes in 7th. He made his move just a little bit too early in that 15 machine. And there is Sean Galligan. Another top 10 to his name, and that points lead is definitely going to increase after this one. Allie Rain, bounce back performance for her. She finishes 9th, and Carlos Zimmerman, yet another consistent run for that 21 team. He finishes in 10th spot. Well, Desiree manages 17th place performance after damn near getting wrecked out. A tough day for her, nonetheless, and a tough day for a lot of drivers here down below, especially that number 40 team. He is spiraling in the wrong direction. He was up near the top of the point standings, just a few races back. And in a blink of an eye, he's probably going to be, I'm guessing he might be outside the top 20. That's how big of an impact this last place finish will have for him. And then Cole Daly, that's going to be a huge, huge loss for him because Desiree had a decent day. Tim obviously finished top 10. Cody finished 6th. Let's see, Dylan Young, he had a decent day. Yeah, Dylan finished 16th. So yeah, Cole, he is going to free fall a bunch of spots after this one because so many other drivers were ahead of him in points, finished way better than he did. Well, there's a look at your rest of your results. We head back up here to the top. And congratulations once again to Matt McIntyre. Once again, he dominated Bristol. Led a couple of laps here today, but he led the most important lap, and that is the final lap. Well, goddamn, Atlanta just does not disappoint. Doesn't matter which version of Atlanta it is just sensational. It's breathtaking. This was phenomenal. I'd say this was a massive improvement and upgrade over Martinsville, or what would have Martinsville have been if we ran there. This was absolutely sensational, and we're definitely going to be coming back to this version of Atlanta in the very not so distant future. Well, we saw the intensity and the action field racing here today at Atlanta. Well, we're going to continue to see that as we now begin our double-digit events. Viagra Cup number 10. We're heading to Talladega Super Speedway, home of the big one. When will it strike? That is the question that is on everyone's mind. Viagra Cup 10, Talladega Super Speedway. Do not miss it. It will be must-see content. My voice hurts. I am done yapping. Thanks so much for tuning in. Discord link is down below if you would like to join. Please join. I would love to have you all in it. And until next time, I'm Sean and I'm signing out. We will see you at Talladega. Matt